Hey everybody, it's GGB Calls Poppers, and we're going to get to college basketball upset of the day. If you're watching this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It's nice to see get a little bit more subscribers. I've gotten 3 since 2 months. I mean, it's pretty good for me. I mean, I don't know. But I've actually liked how my videos have been doing so far, but if you're watching this and you're enjoying my content, please hit the like and subscribe button. But let's get into college basketball upset of the day, Sunday edition. We're going to go over the Saturday games real quick. Now, number 11 Creighton was taking on Providence at home, and now Providence really fought their way back into this thing. I'm going to give Providence a whole bunch of credit. They could have given up when they were down double-digit points with only like 4 or 5 minutes left on the clock, but they kept fighting. They fought, and they got all the way till a tie ball game. Fortunately, with 1/2 a second left, Creighton got the go-ahead dunk to win it, but still a very good effort by Providence. It's something they shouldn't hold their heads about. It was a very good. I don't want to say good loss because, I mean, let's be honest, losing sucks, but it was a good game. You guys played a good game. I admire you for it. I think you're going to get them next time. Number 8, Texas traveled to number 3, Kansas. This was one of the biggest shockers. I thought this was going to be close, but I thought Kansas might have pulled it out. Texas absolutely dominated Kansas, and just proves how good I think this Texas team is. And I think as a Texas fan, I think we should be shooting for national championships. I think that's our aspirations right now. Not just make it to March Madness, not just get it to Sweet 16. I want to get to national championship because that's the level we're playing at right now. If we keep playing this well, we barely lost to Villanova. Very good Villanova squad. We just dominated a very good Kansas squad. I'm really looking forward to. I think we have a serious shot at going far this year. It's interesting. I think this is going to be a very good year for the Big 12. But Longhorns, absolutely dominant. A great team this year. Number 12, Missouri was taking on Arkansas. Arkansas was actually favored by 4.5 points in this game. Missouri just showed them why they are ranked, and Arkansas is not. Arkansas started off 9-0, which looks good, but they were cupcake games, not really hard opponents, and they finally ran into a tough opponent with Missouri. As I said before, I don't really believe in Missouri that much. I don't believe they're really top 15 caliber, especially the way they got dominated against Tennessee a few days ago. But Missouri really showed that they are a good team this year. I think Sweet 16 should be an admiration for this team. Number 2, Baylor at Iowa State. Now, this game was surprisingly close for a long time. Final 10 minutes, Baylor really ran away with it, but Baylor showed some weaknesses, and I mean, honestly, if you're Texas, you could not be happier about how this weekend went. It went absolutely phenomenal for you. If Baylor had lost to Iowa State, that would have been perfect, but dang, Baylor showed some flaws. Get that game film going, Coach Shaka Smart. But Baylor really showed some weaknesses, and they definitely showed they're not number 1 team in the conference in NCAA this year. Number 10, Iowa took on number 14, Rutgers, and honestly, Rutgers almost won this one. It was very close. To the very end. That shot almost went in, but actually it didn't. It was a hairball. But for a second, I thought it was going to go in. I was like, oh, and I was like, uh-oh. But Iowa barely came out with this win. I think Rutgers should be proud of how they fought. But again, it would have been nice to get that Iowa win, especially if the rack had been filled to full capacity. I really feel like they would have won that game. But, you know, it wasn't. Iowa pulled it out, and I mean, if you can compete with Iowa, you can compete with anyone in the Big Ten right now because Iowa is a very good team. Luka Garza is probably the best player in the NBA right now. I'm really interested to see how good Rutgers is this year. Number 9, West Virginia at Oklahoma. This is a game I picked as an upset, and Oklahoma just went and they dominated West Virginia. Really, it was not all that close. West Virginia seemed like the inferior opponent. As I said, Oklahoma should be top 25. They're a good team, and as I said before, there are teams that I think there are frauds in the top 25. West Virginia is one of those teams that I think is a fraud. I've been saying this for the past few weeks now. They're frauds. They do not deserve to be in the top 10. Best ones against Richmond. Well, it's a good win, not a great one. Also, have looked less than good against Big 12 opponents. Take Iowa State, for instance. I thought that Iowa State game was telling. But, I mean, the Iowa State gave Baylor a game, so I don't know exactly what to think of Iowa State right now. So, we lost to Kansas State, but also gave Baylor and West Virginia some games, so don't know quite what to think of Iowa State at this moment, but I don't think West Virginia deserves to be top 10, and I think they won't be after this week. Purdue at number 15, Illinois. Illinois proved why they're number 15, and Purdue is not number 15. Absolutely dominated Purdue at home. I mean, Purdue looked, Illinois looked good. I don't know what else to say other than that. Illinois looked like a very good contender in the Big Ten with a team, a lot of very good contenders. Kind of needed this one to stay in the division race, and Illinois got it. So props to the Fighting Illini now. Now, Alabama traveled to number 7 Tennessee. Now, I forgot to mention this. This was one of my biggest surprises because I thought Oklahoma State was decent, but again, bottom of the conference near teams like Kansas State, Iowa State, TCU, teams like that. That's where they were near. So like a 6-2, I thought that might have been a little bit hiding how bad they really are. Oklahoma State just went out and they beat Texas Tech at home. Texas Tech was 8-point favorites in this game. Oklahoma State came out and they punched them in the mouth. Well, Texas Tech fought back, got it to, I think, double overtime. Oklahoma State was able to pull off the upset, which is props to Oklahoma State. But I've been saying this for a long time, Tech, too. And really, Saturday proved my case of what I've been saying for a long time. And it's that Texas Tech and West Virginia are frauds in the top 25. They do not deserve to be ranked as high as they are. I don't honestly understand the fascination with West Virginia, because from what I've seen with West Virginia, it's not a very good basketball team. And from... As I said, I understand the fascination with Texas Tech, though. Texas Tech made the national championship. I guess the last time they played a championship game. So, I understand the fascination with them. But, like, I'm not really seeing it, like, on the court right now. The way they're playing is not the caliber of a Big 12 champion or even a team that should be in the top 25. They're not playing good basketball. And I don't know. I've been saying this for a long time, and this weekend kind of proved me right. Today just kind of proved me right that I don't think West Virginia and Texas Tech are very good teams. I don't think they deserve to be in the top 25, but let's be honest, they're both still going to be in the top 25 next week. Maybe Texas Tech will drop out, but definitely not West Virginia. It's really weird. Really interesting team. I don't know what is going on with Texas Tech, but not good things is happening with Texas Tech. Now, Alabama traveled to number 7 Tennessee, and if all the games you asked me to pick out which game's probably not going to happen with an upset, I probably would have been like, Iowa State's not going to beat Baylor, San Francisco's not going to beat Gonzaga, Nebraska's not going to beat Michigan State, and then I would say this one. I would say Alabama is not going to beat Tennessee. Alabama beat Tennessee. It was amazing. I did not expect that. I thought Tennessee was the best SEC team, and it just shows to show you, I don't know who the heck's good in the SEC. I think Florida might be good again, but I have absolutely no clue. Like, it's so hard to watch the SEC and be like, that's a good team. Now, in the Pac-12, I can't. I can watch Oregon and be like, if you watch Oregon basketball, you'll notice that they play good basketball. They play good basketball, actually. I thought Tennessee was by far the best team in the SEC, and then... I don't know what's happening in the SEC. I think maybe Missouri just got crushed by Tennessee, though. Maybe Florida? I think it's possible. Florida's best. And they're undefeated in SEC play. I'll have to see when Florida plays Tennessee, because Florida's looked good the past couple games. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's happening in the SEC, but Alabama handed Tennessee his first loss, so... Thank you, Rolling Tide, I guess. Number 17, Michigan State was traveling to Nebraska. What happened is what we all thought was going to happen. Michigan State steamrolled Nebraska. Although it was a little bit closer, 9-point game than I expected. Still not a great game. Still covered the spread. And Michigan State's not looking as great as I thought they would be. But hopefully this Nebraska win will be a... different thing. So San Francisco, as expected to be a little bit better than what they did against Gonzaga, considering how well they played against them in the WCCC playoffs. Just didn't play well at all. Did not look good. The Dons did not look like a good basketball team out there. But Gonzaga will do that to a lot of teams. With a 7-5 record, they really need to start winning. At least upset Gonzaga once to really get their chance at the playoffs. Or, got to go win the tournament. Stanford at number 21. Oregon, I understand this is a long episode, but unfortunately I have to go through all the Saturday games. I'll get to Sunday real quick. There's only 3 of them, so we'll go through that relatively quickly. Stanford at number 21. Oregon, what happened is what we all kind of expected to happen. Oregon steamrolled Stanford. Well, it was close till late in the second half. Like 7 minutes in the second half. Then Oregon just straight up steamrolled Stanford. Stanford did not look like a good basketball team, but Stanford held it close for a majority. I'll give credit to Stanford for that. But Oregon was a better team from them, and you can see it. And I was harsh on Pac-12 basketball start out. I still don't think it's a very good conference. But I do think Oregon's a good team. I think they can make a run in the playoffs if they need to, from what I've seen of Oregon. So Sunday, actual day, where I get to kick my college basketball upset. I'm actually sitting up very well. Let's see, I want to say 4.5 points. 1.5. I want to say 4 points. No, I think it's pretty sure it's 4. Let's see. No, it's 4.5 because I got half a point for Thursday. I forgot about Thursday's half a point. But I'm pretty sure it's sitting at 4.5 points. I'm doing very well. If I finish with 5.5 points, that would be absolutely insane. 6 would be even better. So let's go over each of these games real quick. 4:30, we have number 25 Ohio State traveling to number 21 Minnesota. Both teams have played extremely well. As of late on Thursday, though, Minnesota has that sour taste of the loss, which is a pretty dominant loss. Wisconsin absolutely destroyed them. I was actually expecting to be going over a fourth game today. Penn State was going to play Wisconsin. It was actually, I expected it to be a good game the way Penn State played against Indiana. Really fought their way back. But Ohio State was playing number 21 Minnesota. And again, I'm going to say Minnesota's a way better basketball team than I think Ohio State is. Not like way better, but I think a seriously amount better than Ohio State. Now, Ohio State's still good. I'm not going to kill them for what they've done so far, but they haven't looked fantastic. Not as well as I thought Minnesota has looked. Minnesota is a team that really came out of nowhere this year. I didn't expect them. I expected them to be a fringe playoff team. They have dominated a way that I didn't expect them to dominate. Looked very good this year. I'm excited to see what happens for this year. No, number 5, Houston is at 6 o'clock traveling to SMU to play. Now, SMU's undefeated on the year, if you didn't know that. Underrated team, in my opinion. A team that I think deserves to be top 25. A team that's been playing very good basketball as of late. And this is a chance. This is a chance for a statement win for that SMU program. They had a not great year last year. I think if they got a couple wins in the American tournament, especially a win over Houston, that would have got them in. But as it sits right now, I think SMU is looking very good, very serious shot at getting in, especially if they get this statement win. SMU guard Davis leads the American assist and assist-to-turnover ratio. He's been playing very great basketball. Houston shows the weaknesses against Tulsa. If you don't know, normally there's 2 typical basketball programs that give Houston trouble in the American. It's Tulsa and SMU. Normally, each of them lodge at least one victory against Houston. It doesn't mean Houston's bad, but they normally slip up against those teams. If you watch them play, Houston normally slips up against SMU and Tulsa. I expect that to happen here. SMU is a very good basketball program this year, playing at a very high level, chance to grab the American title, and they really deserve to be a top 25 team. I think this is going to be a very closely contested matchup. Then number 19, Northwestern, 6-2, traveling to number 16, Michigan. Now, I picked against Michigan, I think on Thursday, for Maryland to upset them. That proved to be an insane pick. Did not happen at all. Michigan absolutely dominated Maryland. I think Michigan might be coming out as the best team in the Big Ten right now. They're playing very good basketball, but so is Northwestern. Northwestern has been playing really good basketball. Basketball I did not expect Northwestern to be playing. They're playing this year. It's really insane. I didn't expect these two to be top Big Ten contenders. I expected, you have Iowa, I expect you had Illinois, and I expect you had, forgot the other team. Wisconsin. I expected those 3 to be top. Maybe Michigan State. Michigan and Northwestern were not teams that were on my radar to possibly win the Big Ten. Michigan is definitely on my radar now. They've been playing really good basketball right now. They're undefeated for a reason. They're playing really great. It's going to be a close game, though. I think Northwestern is also very good. Drum roll, please. I'm going to pick SMU to upset Houston. I understand a lot of Houston fans are upset out there, but if any of them watch my videos, but SMU has been playing tremendously well this year, and I think this is going to be a chance to get a statement win. Hey everybody, this is GGB, Ghost Pepper saying, adios amigos, and go Mustangs.